Welcome back to DM-Nastics, the gym for dungeon masters to work out their minds. I'm one of your hosts, DM Neal, aka Joke Maniac.
And I'm your other host, DM Celeste.
No AKA, but one day we'll figure it out.
But we're still figuring it out. You are all, of course, welcome to tweet suggestions.
Yes, we're workshopping it. But today we're going to tie back to episode 167, Creature Conversations, which featured Brian Carnell of the Talking Beasts podcast. And what would that lead us to do? That would lead us to DM-Nastics 137, If These Beasts Could Talk, which obviously is a play on If These Walls Could Talk.
Oh, clever. Yeah, so this time we were chatting all about making animal NPCs in your campaign. So we had a few questions for folks to pose in the forums. So what animal is the PC? What personality traits conform to its normal beast status? How is it different than a normal beast? What kind of voice would you use? And what kind of quirks or what quirks of the animal that would affect the player's interaction with the NPC? And of course, number 6, anything else, our open-ended question.
Yes. The best question.
Yeah, I really enjoyed this because getting to look at all these cool animals that people came up with was so delightful.
And the amount of images that people brought to the table to showcase the animals that they were going to talk about, that was the best by far.
Yeah, definitely fun to see. And I think we all love putting talking animals in our D&D games, so this just felt real near and dear to my heart.
So the question is, which one did you choose from the forum?
Yes. All right. So I chose this post by Oodles right here, right at the top. And so they went ahead and created someone or a animal called Oba. And so Oba is basically this massive orangutan who kind of rules over his own section of the jungle. And just because he's so gargantuan, all the local primates worship him and support him and bring him lots of food and stuff. But my favorite thing about Oba is Oba doesn't actually know why he's grown to such an enormous size, but he sends his primates into the local ruins in the jungle trying to find what exactly it is that transformed him, since he suspects there's something magical or something hidden in the ruins there. So I love that because that's an auto hook immediately for an adventuring party, right? Maybe they get hired by Oba to go and find what has caused him to be this just enormous size.
Well, especially and then the motivations, do they want to continue to be this size? And so do they want to protect it, or do they want to go back? And so either way, they need this item or whatever it may be.
Yeah, it's really cool. They went into details about how Oba is really the only primate that can speak or has gained this level of intelligence. Of course, they interact with, the other primates, but there's the sense of just loneliness that Oba has because he's so much bigger than everybody else. They even reference in here, he can't find a mate because he's huge. So he lets other male primates, into his territory and do their own thing. So yeah, that'd be cool. I think that would be a really cool interaction to have with your party.
I like that, especially the initial interactions with the non-sapient monkeys coming and trying to interact and guide the party to where Oba is.
Yeah, and bring them back to Oba. Yeah. Why are all these monkeys just...
Take me to your leader.
They keep following us. What do they want?
Yes. So what voice did they say they would use with Oba?
Oh, so they mentioned it would be very low and slow. So kind of using a Treebeard as an inspiration. Sort of thing. So this is just a cool creature that would belong easily in Cholt or, any of your jungle settings, which would be super cool.
And yeah, the image is amazing.
Is amazing. Yeah, this giant monkey draped in this long fur with all of these just apes around him. I also did want to give a very honorable mention to DM Danielson. Yes, DM Danielson, who made this really cute little mouse knight character and also worships Queen Celeste. So I just needed to point that out to everyone.
Sir Gerald the Braveheart is a knight to the Queen Celeste, a dryad who lives in a tree and looks over the animals of her area of the forest.
So very honorable mention for that one.
Perfect. But that leaves it to me.
Yes, what did you pick?
I am going to highlight a post by DM Annabelle, who has a wonderful avatar that I totally looked up. And it says, don't be a d cubed x over d t cubed. And that is the equation of the change of acceleration, also known as jerk.
I see. Very clever, Annabelle.
Yes,
Welcome.
well done. And she, I also looked this up because and it's one of those things. Names for groups of animals are very odd. It is, but when done right, they are the highest liked and retweeted Twitter post I've ever made because I said a parliament of owls and a sleuth of bears. So is a group of owlbears known as an Illuminati.
Wow.
And that is the most popular Twitter post I have ever made.
I think the answer is yes. By popular demand.
Yes,
yes.
By popular demand. But what is also true is that a group of koi fish is referred to as a gasp. Which is super funny because now I can just see them making that motion.
Yes.
So they gave sentience to a group of koi fish, and their leader is called Elder Cyprin, and he's very wise and kind of doesn't fit the norm of other koi fish because they are referred to as the Koi Gasp Gang, and they are just downright awful.
This is so great. I love this, just jerk fish squad.
So they essentially would use kind of like a Chicago or Italian New Yorker hooligan style and just is basically talk trash all the time. And their leader is kind of the wiser, more reserved, easier to talk to and communicate with. But then kind of all the other koi fish are just being terrible, just swimming around, talking trash. Like what? Just because you have limbs, you think you're smarter than we are?
Yes, I love that Annabelle gave examples of what mean things these fish might say.
I got one word for you: fugly, furry, and ugly.
Oh, so good. I also love that in the anything else section that they specifically do this to children.
Oh.
So it makes the children believe that, like, Mom and Dad, the fish are making fun of me. And then the koi fish will not say anything to the adults to make them seem like they're lying to their parents.
Oh,
it's so good.
I just imagine you accidentally step into a river and he's like, I'm swimming here. And just, so yes, the koi fish with Elder Cyprin being the apparently only one that you'll actually want to communicate with. So DM Annabelle. I like that your avatar is the antithesis of your post.
Yes. It's perfect.
Perfect. But with that means only one thing. We should lift the mental weights right now.
Lifting weights is what I do. Look at me. Lift these weights.
What's an animal you would like to see in a D&D game?
A bison.
Oh, so cute. Okay. All right. So it's a bison.
Okay.
And what personality traits conform to an animal? So how is he like a bison, or how are they not like a bison?
Wait. I feel like, did we bring it in well enough?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So I think...
Leave that in.
Yeah. So I think that they would still be very nomadic. And so then, and if you did have an interaction with the NPC, maybe you would have another interaction with them somewhere else because the herd continues to travel.
Ooh, I do like that idea of him being like a chieftain of the plains. Like he's, sort of pulling a Lion King sort of situation, except it's the bison who rules over all of these lands, right? Maybe maintaining the peace across the great grasslands.
I have useless knowledge that I will share with you and the listener.
Perfect.
Did we maybe we talked about this recently and we're talking about it again, if not. The most dangerous game to hunt in North America. They're just random cows that got loose, and so they're wild cattle up in Santa Clara.
What?
Mm-hmm.
That changed into bison, or wait,
no?
what?
They're just. The bison made me think of it, but it's literally the most dangerous game to hunt in North America.
Why?
Because they're like African bison in the way that they protect, and they're just huge. They're 1,500 pounds. And they're
crazy cows.
It literally just cows that got loose formed a herd, and it's just wild cattle, and they are the most dangerous thing.
That is something that in Oakland, California, there were wild boars that used to run around because Teddy Roosevelt wanted to hunt them, so he imported a bunch of boars like from Africa, and now still to this day they wander around, and if you see one, you're supposed to like hide inside because they will destroy things and are so aggressive.
And then the huge packs of coyotes that are down in LA. Like you can be in the heart of LA and literally hear just coyotes calling back and forth to each other.
The world is crazy, man.
Welcome to California, everyone.
Yeah, California. It's full of wild animals everywhere.
Done.
Wow.
Well, there's still packs of zebra over by Hearst Castle because he had imported so many as well.
Yep. Yeah. Humans.
Yeah.
Why? Why do we do this?
Just messing up everything. Okay, on that note, what personality traits deviate from the animal's normal behavior?
Okay.
So I think one of the things that this unnamed NPC bison has done is start to establish things. So while they are still nomadic, there are more permanent structures that the bison go between. I'm not sure if it would be in caves and things set up in that nature, or if they've because they can communicate, if they've worked with other races in the world of Deimbe to create permanent structures. Mm-hmm. Maybe there's somewhere they want to go, or a bridge. What if it's essentially this bridge because they've worked and helped, and now someone made that for them? So I think permanent structures would be a really interesting deviation.
Yeah. I really like the idea that maybe this bison, interacts with human or like humanoid settlements to maintain their specific like reservation or property. They're like, no, like I'm sorry, a new village has like appeared here. Like we can't have that. This is our zone. So they have like zoning meetings with like the humanoids surrounding preserving their territory.
I like it. Okay, what kind of voice should we use for this NPC?
I mean, I would love like a cute little Southern Belle accent, but that's just me.
Oh, I'm in. I'm done.
Like a very amicable. Just I don't know why that immediately came to me.
Done. So our Southern Belle bison and their interaction. So what kind of quirks would affect players' interactions with this NPC?
Well, I think that's definitely something like that the players didn't know that this was, buffalo territory or on their land and they're traveling through here. They might have this buffalo interaction and be like, I'm sorry, this is reserved property, like you need to leave, or maybe the bison need help enforcing like their space or something of that nature.
I like that. And it makes me think of the scene out of Lord of the Rings when the Riders of Rohan, circle up around.
Yes, all the bison come. Oh, that would be amazing.
Like
and terrifying.
And pushing their horns like closer and closer.
Yep.
Oh, that's great.
That's very good.
Okay.
Yes.
Anything else?
What do we name them?
I mean, I just want to cop out and call them Belle, but that's just me.
Okay, fine. We don't have to name them.
Fine. We've decided not to name them. Done. What shall our next monster be? Or not monster, but animal.
Animal. So let's see. I just did a cat in Venture Maidens, and that was a ton of fun. Cats are just always so fickle.
It was good.
Let's see. And I named them Butterscotch, of course. What animal have I not seen that I would really like to see?
A skunk.
A skunk. Yes. I don't know why I want to name him Bill.
Bill?
Bill the skunk.
Okay, done. Nope. What personality traits conform to the animal's normal behavior? Normal skunk-like things does Bill do? To die on the side of the road.
Oh, God, no! Well, I think Bill definitely uses his the threat of stinking people as a weapon. Oh, absolutely. He threatens people with it constantly, and anybody who pisses Bill off is definitely going to get sprayed. I don't know, maybe Bill runs some kind of merchant stand or stall, and that's his like defense mechanism if people, mess with him or don't pay up.
Yeah.
He'll come and spray folks. So there's always that threat.
So one of the things for skunks is apparently they're very solitary animals, so I like that for Bill.
Yeah.
And apparently have excellent senses of smell and hearing, but have poor vision.
Oh, Bill.
Being
Maybe
unable
Bill has...
to see objects more than 10 feet away.
What?
That's why they get ran over.
Oh, no. Maybe Bill has bifocals.
Oh, that's so good.
I didn't know that.
They are short-lived. Their lifespan in the wild can reach 7 years, with most living only up to a year.
Wow.
Skunk life's tough.
Yeah, it's tough to be a skunk,
Oh,
man.
I just envisioned Bill being a little bit older. That's why he's so angry. Like,
Yeah, he's made it this far.
Yeah.
But all of his friends have passed on. Maybe Bill's like immortal. Something happened that made Bill immortal and gave him this weird ability to speak. So all of the other skunks just come and go, but Bill remains.
Crotchety old Bill the skunk.
Old man Bill.
Oh,
Oh, yes.
I love that. And I love that there would be like legend. I love the idea of legend and lore surrounding Old Man Bill, but no one ever, like, people that don't know. So, most likely your PC's interaction is like, oh yeah, you got to talk to Old Man Bill. And so then like they don't know that they're going to just get stanked on.
Right. They have no idea he's a skunk.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. Old man Bill. Oh, perfect.
What kind of, crotchety old man, obviously, is the kind of voice.
Yeah.
Very get off my lawn kind of approach.
Absolutely. Yeah, his burrow like just outside of town that
Yeah.
he's super protective of.
I think the other thing for the quirks, and it feels a little bit tropey, but I also like the idea that, if you and crack the tough outer shell of Bill, then like Bill's ready to like ride or die for you. But it's a tough thing to do. And even still, he'll stank you.
Yeah. He'll stank you if you look at him funny. But yeah, I think Bill, just because he's been around so long, like knows just a ton of stuff and knows about the area, and he's just collected all this information as time goes on.
Anything else?
No, I love Bill.
Okay, done. Done and done. But if you wanted to tell us about your stanky old Bill, you can definitely head on over and email us at dmnastics@gmail.com. And of course, you can head over to Twitter and follow us at DM-Nastics, all lowercase, all one word. You can find both of our handles there. And for everything else on our network, you can always go to blockpartypodcastnetwork.com. But rather than let these mental gains go to waste, let's head over to Taking Your Supplements.
Taking your supplements.
Today on Taking Your Supplements, Celeste is going to talk about something.
Yes, I surely am. So I wanted to tell you all about my newest favorite thing that came out on the DM's Guild recently. It's the Monster Manual Expanded from Dragonix. So what I love about this is Dragonix basically took a lot of really specific monster types and gave them stats and kind of expanded your options just from the basic 5th edition monster manual. And a lot of these new monster types that they've put together come from 3.5 edition of D&D. So like, it's getting really specific here. So you're taking things like, oh, okay, yes, we have devils, but then Dragonix adds a bunch more types of devils, even getting as specific as like, oh, a bearded devil enforcer as opposed to just a bearded devil. So it's just lots of expanding options. So say maybe in your games, you wanted to put a ghost in there, but like the ghost in the book, just in the basic monster manual, doesn't do it for you. This expanded version, you can go ahead and grab a ghost knight or a ghost necromancer or a ghost warlock. So this book just does a really great job of putting together a ton of like really great monsters and options for your own games. And it has reached a platinum bestseller at this point. So clearly I'm not the only one who thinks this book is super great.
Yeah.
Dragonix, also great company, super nice. I've run a few of their modules before. So you should definitely go check out the Monster Manual Expanded right now on the DM's Guild.
Definitely. It's a little bit more expensive than some of the stuff we usually offer. It's $20. Now that said, you're going to get 321 pages with 470 creature stat blocks. So you're definitely getting a ton out of this product. And it would definitely, as always, throw your players for a loop, because that's the best thing you can possibly do.
Yes. they think they're fighting a normal black dragon, but actually...
Oh.
And then also the book does, of course, it has art and it just, really well arranged stat blocks that look just like the monster manual. So highly recommend adding this to your DM toolbox.
Definitely. With that, we'll turn out the lights and head out of the gym. But before we go, I want to implore you, the listener, to join the forums and take part in all of these challenges, exercises, and the other amazing conversations being had.
To do that, head over to dungeonmasterblock.freeforums.net and try some DM-Nastics so your players don't ask, do you even lift?
Can I trust you'll add your own cardio?
Yeah, no, don't put me down for cardio.
What are you doing?
Horizontal running.